So, have you noticed it yet? The dramatic increase in stress from the workload that you're facing in your pharmacy, from flu season that's been prompted by an increased awareness from COVID-19. While it's awesome that so many patients are taking an active role in their health by focusing on what they can control and preventing disease through vaccinations, it also brings an increased demand on your expertise. And if you're feeling stressed out and overwhelmed, you're in the right place, because I'm going to share an antidote to overwhelm to supercharge your self-care.
I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. And today.
So guys, this time in pharmacy is unprecedented because of so much increased awareness that we've seen throughout COVID-19 for the last several months. There's literally media coverage, social media coverage, you name it. COVID-19 is in the news and on people's front of mind every single day for months on end. So they're looking at and aware of things they can do to prevent disease and just kind of keep themselves healthy and safe. And all you have to do is think about what's available that we can control. There's not a vaccine now for COVID-19, but people are starting to realize what can happen when you don't take active measures to prevent things like that. So they start looking at, what can I do? Vaccinate against the flu. We're in flu season, it's just beginning. Vaccinate with Pneumovax, with Prevnar 13, with the shingles vaccine, and on and on and on. There are lots of options available, and as an immunizing pharmacist, you are going to be on the front lines. With that increased demand, while it's great patients are actively being involved in their health, seeking these services, it's going to create more demand on you. And like I said, last month, get ready for a flu season like you've never seen before, and it's already started. I'm filming this first week in September, and already in August, you've seen a huge surge before the norm really has started. And this isn't even the peak of flu season, and it's already feeling like an overwhelming environment that keeps scaling and growing day by day. So that's why last month I launched the refilled mini-series on the Fit Pharmacist Healthcare podcast. And first off, I just want to say thank you for so much support and love for that series. It was a need that I felt, I just needed to create something. I know that we're going to get into a super stressful time, so I wanted to create resources that are practical for the crazy pharmacy life that we all live, to help you manage your mindset, fit in physical fitness, and nail your nutrition through practical strategies. Because guys, real talk, if you aren't taking care of yourself, short term, that might work okay, but you extend that and you'll lead into anxiety, overwhelm, burnout, resentment for your job. We see that all the time, unfortunately, in our profession. But seasons like this that are really trying can be just that, to push you over the edge, unless you learn how to manage the stress. So that's why I launched this, and thank you for everyone who has DM'd me, commented, reposted the podcast on your Instagram or Instagram stories. And by the way, if you do that and tag me, I will repost that and shout you out, because I just want to say thank you for your support. So thank you for those of you who've done that. I highly recommend that if this is new, if you're first time here, thank you for being here and welcome to the community. I highly encourage you to go and subscribe to the Fit Pharmacist Healthcare Podcast. It's on every podcast platform, so iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you're at. There's a new episode every single week just for y'all. So thank you for those of you who have been so supportive. But if this is your first time hearing about it or you've stopped by, welcome. And I invite you to dig in, because this is a really supportive community. I try to create solutions for real-world pharmacy interactions. We'll use a positive word. Interactions that we have on a daily, ongoing basis. So guys, with that series, I gave a lot of strategies, but over the weekend, I actually encountered something that really helped with my mindset in coming to a place where I focused on feeling empowered instead of the crazy stress. Because yeah, that's real. I'm not saying ignore it. But what I am saying is there is a strategy that is super simple and practical that you can use going into your work week. So this is a more of a prevention strategy. So vaccinations, prevention, here's one for you, for your mind, for managing the stress. And I'm going to help you to supercharge your self-care just like batteries, because I call it the AA strategy. You're like, what the? Batteries, double A's, get it? Guys, puns for days, stick around, you'll see. But here's what I mean. It's centered on a really simple concept. You've probably heard of gratitude, but I want to shift that just a little bit and tell you this one simple truth. What you appreciate appreciates. Let me say that again. What you appreciate appreciates. AA. And here's what I mean by that. So right now we're in a time that we just feel disconnected. We feel isolated. We feel alone, and like we're fighting this battle of pharmacy, of personal life, of how to manage things right now, the transition back to normal, what is normal anyway, all of those things, we just feel disconnected. So looking at the concept of gratitude, I want to tell you that what you appreciate appreciates. And here's what I mean. So when you look at people in your life, you necessarily can't do the same things that you did back pre-COVID days. But if you don't connect with them, you're going to feel disconnected. So here's a simple strategy that I actually did this weekend, and it had such a profound impact on how I felt, just mentally and just overall. It transitioned into like all areas of my life. I was like, I need to share this real quick. So guys, here's the reality. I want you to think about people in your life that you feel blessed to have. And here's how you do it. I'm not saying just sit down and write down people you're grateful for. I want you to think of it in an intentional way. So I urge you to categorize the different areas in your life. So people you met in pharmacy school, people you work with in pharmacy, mentors you have had or do have. If you have hobbies outside of pharmacy, maybe you're into race car driving, maybe you're into fitness and bodybuilding like me. Think of categories in your life that make up the most of your time. Then in each category, I want you to physically write out. So literally get a book. Oh, there it is. Get a pen. Boom. And I want you to physically write out a list of people that you feel grateful for. And guys, I did this over the weekend, and it's pretty extensive. And I mean, I could keep going. But whenever I started, I only had, not that many. But as I focused on that, and I looked at each category, I was like, okay, who did I really connect with in pharmacy school? Who had a great impact and influence on me? Then I went to, my mentors in different areas of my life. Who's really helped me and got me to grow and just kind of bypass those kind of growth spurts, and has helped me grow and have self-discovery and things like that. Once I looked at the categories, I started writing like crazy. And by doing that, it allowed me to see how really connected I am with people. Even though they're not like in this room right now, I thought back to the moment, to the interaction, and it made me feel really blessed instead of overly stressed. And that's what I urge you guys to do, is seriously, I'm dead serious. Hit pause on your life, because this would only take 5 minutes. Now you can dive into this for a longer time, but I promise you, if you take 5 minutes out of the, 1,440 in your day today, just 5 minutes, I promise you, you will have a glimpse, just kind of a blip of gratitude. And what you do with that next is totally up to you. You can feel that and go on about your day, or you can dive deeper. Maybe write more names. That might get you to think about experiences that you had with these people. Maybe vacations, back when flying was, different. But you might think back to vacations, maybe milestones in your life like graduation. There's a lot of things that can be in this web of gratitude, but here's the main concept. What you appreciate appreciates. When you focus on things that you're grateful for, that you appreciate, and you divert your focus and energy towards those people, those experiences, memories, will start to appreciate and bring a whole different sense of empowerment and feeling like, honestly, $1 million that will allow you to be in a totally empowered state. I'm not saying that it's not going to be stressful when you go back to the pharmacy, but think about this. If you're totally stressed out already and go into a super stressful environment, how do you think you're going to be able to show up for your patients? How do you think you're going to be able to show up for your colleagues? How do you think you're going to be able to show up for yourself? The alternative is to give 5 minutes after this video is done, give 5 minutes to do this exercise. Write down the names of people you're grateful for in your life and just watch how your feelings, literally your body physiology, you'll probably start doing this, you'll probably start smiling a little bit there. I'm telling you, and I promise you, your whole demeanor will shift into a higher state so that when you go back to that environment that is calling at a high demand for your expertise, you're going to be able to handle it so much better. This is something that is not only for your patients, it's not only for your colleagues, it's for you. If you're watching this on Self-Care Sunday, this could be your activity. But really, you should be practicing self-care a day. So let's just make this 5 minutes your 5 minutes of fantabulousness. Let's supercharge your self-care. All it takes is 5 minutes. And I'll even get you started. You're watching this on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. Use this now. So I always say, be resourceful. What do you have to work with? There's comments down below. Down below, tag just 3 people that you are grateful for in your life. Here's why. It'll get your juices flowing. It'll shift your focus to who am I grateful for in my life by actively writing down or typing the people that you like and tagging them. It's going to allow that to continue. It's going to acknowledge them and make them feel special, and maybe they'll even watch this video, and they will do the same thing. So you can do self-care for you, but what if you did self-care that not only helped you, but rose other people up as well? How awesome would that feel? That you not only empowered yourself, but you also made someone else feel like $1 million. That's just one simple thing that you can do right now. All it takes is 5 minutes, and you can actually start in as little as 5 seconds, tagging 3 people in the comments below that you are grateful for in your life. I would love to hear if you do this, if you actually do the steps, the 5 minutes. I know that's a lot to ask, but get a pen, write out names of people, and just watch how you change in 5 minutes. I want to hear the wins. Tell me down below. Tag me in your stories. Send me a DM. I want to celebrate your shift into the best version of yourself because your patients need it. Your colleagues are depending on it. But most importantly, you deserve it. This is one simple way you can supercharge your self-care with double A's because what you appreciate appreciates. So go forth, be great, and dispense your full potential. Much love. God bless. Bye, guys.